Hello. Hello, good morning. Got my big coffee. I've got London today on the old cup. Evan gets me these mugs from Starbucks when he goes to various places. So I think London was the first one he got me. And then I've got Paris, Amsterdam, and now yesterday he brought me Prague because he's been to Prague. So yeah, I'm collecting them. Well, Evan's making me collect them now. So I've now got 4, which is fabulous. He knows I like a big mug. So I hope you can hear me. Good morning, Jill. We've got 5 on. Good morning, Chris, and good morning, Anne. There were 6 on and now it's gone down to 5. I'll just wait a little bit for people to get on. I've got the big light on and I've also got my bendy light on this morning for a little bit of extra because it's really quite, well, the fog's lifting, but we couldn't see across the valley that we can see when we got up this morning, but it is lifting a bit, but it's really dark. It's a proper November day today, but it's not raining, so that's good. Hiya, Sandra. Oh, we've now got 10 on. Good morning. Good morning. It's the start of a new month. It's our first one in November. So I will go through, and today some of the things for this month are happening. So we have some new online exclusives that go live today. And if you're in my VIP Facebook group, if you're a customer, then I will put some photos in there of the online exclusives that are now available. I think I said to you last week, if you're wanting to order in November, then hang fire until today because there's new products available. If you like otters, then we've got a new otter suite, which is cute. I've got some papers here. Did I show you them last week? I've not opened them, but this is the front of the papers. So they are very cute. I've not, as you can see, I've not done anything with them yet. I was busy on Saturday doing my festive treat day, which went well. And I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what we made, because some of it ties into the Yuletide Village colouring class I was going to, and then I didn't. Oh, well, you've seen the front of them now. I might open them and share them at the end. But I'll put pictures on the group, and they are available from today, are the online exclusives. So there won't be in a catalogue or a printout anywhere. They will just be online, but you can view them on my web store. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Hopefully you can hear me. I'll just move that a little bit. I'll move that down shortly, but I'm going to go through some of the projects we made on, no, I'll show you what we're going to make on the Yuletide Village colouring class, which is on Saturday the 23rd of November. I've just had a couple of, I changed it. It was going to be this Saturday, and I've changed it to the 23rd. So bookings will not close until this Saturday. And we made some of these cards on the treat day, but I feel like they warrant another outing because the treat day included quite a lot of product and not everybody can manage that. So this is a class that's going to be on YouTube. So if you already have the products, then just feel free to watch. If you want to order the products, then you know where you can get them from. So we're going to be doing, I'm going to be showing you how I've coloured. We're going to spend some time colouring in, and I'm going to be showing you how I've coloured the different buildings in. So this is a stamp set that's included in the cost of the class. It's not a really expensive class, this one. It's £31 posted, I believe, off the top of my head. So it includes a stamp set and the card kits. I will be including a little bit of the winter nest papers so you can complete the cards. If you wanted to add a full pack on, then you can. And I'm going to tell you the sentiment set that I've used. So there's no greetings included because this is a non-greeting stamp set. But I'm finding that a lot of people already have lots of Christmas greetings, although saying that, the Peaceful Season is the one that I've used. So I will be using the Peaceful Season stamp set, which again you can add on if you want to. And then as far as equipment goes, blends wise, I've tried to limit it. It's difficult when you're colouring. You could use so many different colours, but I've used Smoky Slate, Old Olive, Crumb Cake and Pool Party. They're the 4 colours I've used. The ink pad is Pecan Pie. So these are some of the designs. I did make a gift tag with the square that I cut out there. Oh, doesn't that look nice on the card? So that would have looked nice on an actual card, wouldn't it? Let's pretend without that. Look at that. That looks nice on a card. Anyway, so I made a little gift tag with what was left over from there. And we didn't get round to doing this one because we ran out of time. But that's another idea. And then this is the one that I put on my Instagram last night and it went a bit bananas. We're doing this zigzag card on the colouring class as well. So I'll show you how to do this. Now I have used the Falling Snow background stamp, which does complement this Yuletide Village very, very nicely. So you don't have to have it, because what we can do is we can create a background with these. So, and you would need Pool Party ink for that. Just that background there is created with that. So it'd be like that instead. Be good to have a blending brush as well. And other than that, that's it. So bookings close for that on Saturday. Okay. I shall put the link at the bottom of here. Okay, so it's on the 23rd is the class, but you can catch up in your own time. Now, we also made a little book treat box that opens. It's a little bit plain inside. It could probably do with a little bit of love inside, but that sits under there. This was the one that I originally designed, but I've glued this. I've glued that shut, but yeah. This one I didn't go all the way around, but this one I went all the way around and did the spine. So that was an extra project. And then this one, I still need to finish this because it looks a bit plain. One of my ladies added some extra trees and some glimmer, which looked fabulous. But this is a little frame that we did. These are just hobbycraft frames. You can sponge them with ink and or colour them a bit and change the colour. But what we did was we stamped all the images. If you look, they're joined together with the line on the image, and then we cut them all as one as a whole from a piece of A4, and then we did the same on this front piece. So it all sort of, all the lines matched, if you can see, and we made a little scene. And then Sharon added some extra trees and it looked really nice. So I haven't decided what I'm doing to finish that off. Oh, thank you, Jill. Those little books are great, aren't they? Those little book treat boxes. So, oh, thanks, Deanne. So yeah, I've done things like this before and I felt a bit like I was bringing out something I've done before, but I wanted to try stamping them all together to make a little scene where they were all joined on. We had to cut down the sides, but then it just lifted and it popped. What my
one of my customers did was stamp some extra trees and tucked a couple in and around just to make it less of white space. But yeah, it was very relaxing, and I focused on having a more relaxing day than a frenzied day of doing fancy folds. And because sometimes I've done these treat days and I've done these all singing, all dancing fancy folds, and it can get a bit stressful, and it wasn't about that. So we did, this was the most fancy of folds. That's as difficult as it got. We focused on the colouring, and everybody got a little biscuit, as always, with a coffee, tied up with some of this ribbon. So I got 1 metre of that ribbon to add on. And then I'd bought these pencils. I found them in, it was either Home Sense or TK Maxx. And you know, I'm always saying you need a pencil. And there were 7 in the box, and I had 6 ladies on, and I thought, oh gosh, they're perfect. So they were all different colours. I'll put a post on my socials, and they all had a different sort of saying, like a bit of an affirmation thing. So this one says, which I've kept for myself, be kind to yourself. And some said, self-love isn't selfish, and trust the journey, and things like that. So we had a bit of a mindful day, and that was my little theme of it, really, rather than being an all singing, all dancing. Good morning, Debbie. I've seen some sneak peeks of some products last night, and one of the sweets in particular, I was like, oh, need to use that. I need to use that in a coffee and card. So watch this space. Oh, I just love the spring summer catalogue because the colours were pinks and nice, just spring-like. And I loved it. I loved it. So watch this space. We get to see the catalogue properly next week as demos. So that's something exciting to look forward to. And then finally, for the adverts, the next coffee and card is round 44, and that will commence in December, which I know seems a long way away, but it's the 3rd of December that it starts. So bookings will close 2 weeks today on the 19th of November. Okay, so I know it seems a long way away, but it's going to be a 6-week class. So let me just see when that takes us into, just looking at my calendar, I'm just switching screens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes us to the 7th of January. That will be week 6. I think I will do just a random general one on the 14th. And then I'll start it on the 21st. So it gives me time to order the products and get them. And I don't know what it's going to be yet, because as I say, I've only seen 2 of the 2 sneak peeks. But I will, as soon as I know, I will let you know. So this one is the Humble Home, and it includes the stamp set and the gorgeous house punch. Here is from a size point of view. You can see it in my hand. And here are, it's not going to be festive. I might do 1 gingerbread card for the first week. Just some little ideas of what we're going to do. And then this one was a bit of a pop-up one. Okay, so that's if you get a new neighbour or something. Right, so that's the adverts done. Shall we crack on with this week's card? I showed you it last week. You got a brief look at it last week. I've got 2 versions actually. So I'll go through your pack. I've ordered some new bags. I got some new bags because I only have these old, really thin, tatty ones left. And I like to get those glassine ones. Anyway, I ordered 1,000 of them. They've arrived. I got 3. I ordered those. I ordered some new brown paper bags. And I ordered some new pizza boxes. Honestly, keeping up with the inventory for your packaging is a big ask. So I do like to, I was saying, I think it was on my treat day, I was saying that I know sometimes when you open your packages, it's not the most exciting, like having things wrapped in a brown paper bag with a sticker on, but I try and be as environmentally friendly as I can these days. I don't want to put things in plastic if I can avoid it. So we have got a Poppy Parade card base. This is the card we're going to do. We've got a piece of white. Now the piece of white, if you're crafting along, it measures 10 by 14.3. Oh, hi Caroline, good to have you on. Oh, well, good girl, Sandra, for reusing. Thank you for that. So that's 14.3 by 10, okay? And then you should have this little strip of Poppy Parade that measures 14.3 as well. And it's a bit bigger than 0.5 centimetres, but it's not as much as a centimetre. So it's what you like. So this is the card, okay? And this was the first one I did, but this was with the Peaceful Season. So I wanted to keep it to the stamp set that we're using today. Season's Greetings we're going to use. And we're going to use the cute houses. And I did say last week, we did this one about 3 years ago with those men's papers, and Julie's brought it out again, brought it out of the archives. Another great one for using up your scraps. So what you need are 6 pieces of different patterned paper, okay, but it's a bit weird measurement, right? So what I would advise is, if you haven't got this stamp set, I would, it does need to be quite a chunky greeting, quite a solid greeting, so it needs to stand out like it does on there, like it does on that one. Your length of your papers is going to depend on how deep your greeting is. Now I know with this one it's not too deep, it's fine, so I am going to cut the length of these, because this can go over the top, so about between 6.5 and 7 centimeters, okay? So I'll say 6.7. Now, and I know that's a bit of a random measurement, but again, it all depends on your greeting size. The width of them to fit 6 on, most of them are 2.4. You might have to just do a little bit of jiggery pokery, and some might be 2.3 centimeters across just to fit them on. So do most of them 2.4 and a couple 2.3. It's very negligible. You just might have to trim them down. So I've got organized, and I was super organized and ready super early. And I've got some scraps ready. So I've got 1, 2, 3 there, 4, 5, 6. But I think I'll use that one for my thing, for my houses at the bottom. Okay. Right. I was going to grab my little mini guillotine, but I don't know where the heck I've put it. I tried to find it on Saturday, I think. I put it somewhere, and it's not in the drawer that it usually is. Which is naughty of me. Oh, hang on. I found it. Hey. Okay, so sometimes I like to use this if I'm cutting a smaller piece. I know some of you don't have these, as we're on a bit of a special. It was a joining offer, so some are 2.4 and some are 2.3, but let's not sweat it. So good for the scraps is this. And then just need to do the houses. Actually, I'm going to use this one so it's a bit easier. Okay. Right. So what we need to do is these sit up flush to the edges. Okay. Now just be prepared that you might have to just cut a slither off. Because we're basically dividing 14.3 by 6. Which is not the easiest of maths to do. That's not too bad. Okay, so I am going to glue those down. I've got my order. I'm just doing it the same as my sample card. Oh, doesn't the desk look nice and colourful when you look at it? Oh, my little glue's decided not to play. I think I've got another one that's on the go. So just pop that flush. Just have a little drink before it goes cold. And then once you've got one in place, it's sort of easier to push the other one up against it. And look, there's about 0.5 millimetre difference between those two in length, but it doesn't matter because they strip, yeah, that just tidies everything up and hides any anomalies. I just have to give a big shout out to our doggy, Beulah, because on Saturday, Craig was out with his son, and I think he went out. My event started at 10. I think Craig went out about 15:15. So she was up in the room with me. And I think we finished about 4:10. 4 o'clock-ish, 4:10. And she was literally, apart from, like, I took her down for a wee and something to eat and things when we had breaks, she was literally under my desk for the whole day. She was a superstar. I took her out afterwards for a little W. I can't say the word because she might wake up, think that we're doing that. But yeah, she was an absolute superstar. She knows when I'm on and crafting and talking that she's to be under the desk, I'm sure. Do you know what? This is absolutely almost spot on. I think I might just have a little bit of trimming to do over the edge there. Just the tiniest bit, it's not even a millimetre. So yeah, I know it's a little bit strange measurements, but those widths of the paper do some 2.4 and a couple 2.3. And you won't really see the difference. But that, and then they all go like that. And this then is going to glue over the top and just tidy that up a little bit. But first we'll do our greeting, and I did say last week that I needed to re-ink my ink pad. Do you think I did that? No, of course I didn't. So I might actually see if I've got the Poppy Parade ink. Straight to it. I love it when that happens. I love it when I've got what I need and it's in the place that it should be. So what I'm going to do is I'll re-ink my ink pad quickly, and then I can be cutting those houses out whilst it's sort of soaking in. Okay. Right, so we just need a little selection of houses across the bottom. We can glue that on. Make sure it's straight. That gap there is just about 3 centimetres, if you're wondering. Right, so let's find some houses to, and we can add the trees. So I might just use this scrap here. So use that one, and that one. No, no, go lie down. I've jinxed it now. She's moving. No, come and sit down. Come and sit down. Beulah. Come. No. Under there. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so I'm not going to do that big red one. I'm going to just finish off that scrap. So let's see how the ink pad's doing. Soaking in. I mean, in an ideal world, I'd probably leave it a little bit longer. Box not big enough. It's all right. It's a little bit two-tone, but we'll go with it. It's not soaked in properly yet, but it's fine. There we go. That's all right, actually. And then just glue those little houses on. What we'll do is just spread them out. So the sort of gap there is the same as the gap there. No, come and sit down. I swear she knows, the dog, this is who I'm talking about, that we've been on half an hour and it's nearly time to finish, honestly. There we go. And then we're just going to stick this onto our card base, and then we're done. Oh, it looks like that little strip's just a little bit longer than the card. So just sort that out. Make sure it's the right way up, because I think it was Jill that had a little faux pas with that this last week. And then that's going to go on there like that. Stick that down. It's almost identical apart from the last two houses there. There we have. And this will work with any papers, I'm sure of it. It would be nice with the green and gold ones from last time. You could put some bells there. No, the dog's now eating a cardboard box, so I'm gonna have to go and sort her out. So that's today's make. This is a pool party version, so it would be nice in garden green as well, which is the other colour. Let me show you next week's. Hang on. Here we are. Oh, I love this one. Well, I like them all. You can adapt, Chris, exactly. This is next week's. I love this one. So next week, I have done some embossing. So if you want to gather an embossing folder together, and the inks that I've used are Pool Party, Pecan Pie and Garden Green next week. How cute is that? We're doing that next week. So this is actually stamped, but you can use the papers. So I'm going to be doing some stamping next week, because I've not done a lot of stamping of the images. I've used papers, but as an alternative, you can use the papers, and you could probably cut some houses out and put those all at the back. So that's next week's. I will look forward to seeing you then. I might be a bit frenzied because it's the day before the opening of Sister Act. Yes, we open a week tomorrow. So we open next Wednesday the 13th. So I think we've got 4 rehearsals left. We've got tonight, Wednesday, Sunday, Monday. 5 rehearsals left before we open. So yeah, it's full on now from today. It's absolutely full on. So yes, thank you for joining me today. If you do want to book on any of the classes that I mentioned, the link is going across the bottom of the screen, and I will be back next Tuesday, so I will see you then. Oh, sorry you'll miss it, Jill. It's a good one. It's a good cast. It's a good cast. Right, I will see you soon, girls. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.